Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. I think this is our fifth or sixth live stream.
Something like that,
In
but we're well within here now. But yeah, hi everybody. Thank you for joining us and happy Sunday. Netta, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Let's introduce. Let's say hi
Yes,
to
so
everyone. Thank you for joining the career files. For any of you that are not aware, this is a series of live streams we're doing in the Unfeathered community. It is being live streamed on X, LinkedIn, and YouTube. We're very happy to have you amongst us. Let's do a series of intros. Justin, let's start with you, and then I'll go after. Thank you.
well, hey guys, like Netta said, thank you and welcome to another episode of the Career Files. Thank you for taking time on your Sunday morning to be with us here with the founders of Unfeathered. My name is Justin Thomas, aka the Job Father. I get you the offer you can't refuse. For those of you who don't know my background, I'm an executive recruiter with over 15 years of experience, and I run a staffing firm by the name of Executive Inquest. And I help, just like I said, I help people just like you land the job that they really want. And I help you do it quickly. So that's who I am. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited about today's topic because I'm so jealous of my co host and her experience that she had last week while me and Bez weren't here telling you all about LinkedIn. She was out making an in real life moves out there. So I don't want to ruin it. Go ahead, Netta. Let's talk about yourself. Tell us who you are and
Thank you.
dive into the topic.
Sure. So, for everyone who's here, welcome once again. My name is Netta. I am the founder of Unfeathered. Justin is the one and only co-founder. He is absolutely phenomenal. So happy to have you
Mhm.
as a co-founder and a good friend. What I do is I am a release manager lead for Morgan Stanley. What that entails is handling deployments, updates, software patches across the financial firm, across 250,000 devices, and making sure they're handled smoothly and on time. Besides that, I help run another community called The Hunt with Sean Charles. The Hunt is a community where we help get your next job in tech. We have social audio rooms. We bring people together, and we have an esteemed panel that I hope we can bring more often at Unfeathered and get them to talk and share their experiences. Unfeathered, though, is another community that I started with Justin, where the theme is to rise together. We helped you with topic based discussions to help you rise and elevate your career. We like to keep things raw, real, and as we say, unfeathered. So you may hear things as they are. Sometimes we tell you things you don't want to hear, but we'd rather keep it that way and help you. We don't like to sugarcoat things in our spaces and in our live streams. So today's topic is how to maximize your experience when you attend these offline events, whether it be a conference, whether it be a meetup, or we could also extend that to coffee chats. We'll see. But I just got back from the Commit Your Code conference, which was held. Day zero was September 24th, but was officially September 25th and 26th, organized by Danny Thompson and his phenomenal organizing team. This was held in Plano, Texas, that is very close to Texas, and it's called Commit Your Code. So I have insights from that conference that I wanted to share with you all, and it was a phenomenal conference. So I still have the commit your code. I don't know what to say, the fever or the hype, and I just want to kind of transmit that to all of you, so you can also take that insight and carry it with you. Yesterday, we will be sharing the links in X, LinkedIn, and YouTube later. We had a recorded space on X where we were very fortunate. We had not one, but two of the organizers from Commit Your Code that were there. We covered mostly how to maximize your experience at these offline events, um, pre and during the event itself. We'll cover during the event today and post event. So if anyone would like to check out that space, Social Audio Room on X, links will be shared. We also had one of the speakers, Marshall Burns, who was speaking at the Commit Your Code. We were very fortunate to have him come in and share his experiences as well. So, Justin, I will pass the mic to you. Let's keep
Oh,
going.
well, listen, uh, like I told you yesterday, Netta, you definitely should be a brand ambassador for conferences because you should get that should be your new side hustle, right? Forget Morgan Stanley. I'm just playing, guys. If you're watching, she's not going to forget you. But that's a good side hustle, man, because you made me and everyone else in our community who weren't there wish we were there, right? You're selling tickets for the next event. It's already too late for us to get there, but you're already pre-selling for next year. So I just want to give you your flowers and say that you really made me wish.
Well, if Danny Thompson is watching, I would love to be an ambassador for Commit Your Code. I am being very vocal about that, but currently I am volunteering as project manager for the Cloud Summit 2026, expecting up to 800 people in Toronto, Canada in August. So I will, as I said, I took notes during Commit Your Code from the perspective of an organizer, attendee, and I have yet to be a speaker, but I have enough connections at Commit Your Code to understand their perspectives as well.
Well,
So
well,
I
listen.
I'm manifesting that into existence. Hopefully I'll be an ambassador for
And everybody watching, the people in Toronto got very lucky because she's volunteering. Netta's going to get paid to do her services moving forward. So if you're reaching out, make sure you're reaching out with some money, or at least a job offer or something. I'm speaking for her. I'm manifesting it for her because she's too kind to give
Thank
away
you.
these great
Thank you.
services for free. But anywho, we can talk to each other all day. So let's talk to the audience. I'm very excited about this conversation. In this episode of the Career Files, I am taking off a little bit of my career coach hat, and I'm actually listening to my co-founder because she has way more actual experience with conferences on the organizing side and also as an attendee, right? And also as just the go-to networking person.
Yes,
So,
I will. Yeah, I will share a little bit of context as to why he's saying that. I had a community in Vancouver for a few months. I was a founder of PM Hive. It's on my LinkedIn if you're more curious. It's a it's a community for project program management and project management. It's being run by 3 people now. They're growing. I'm very proud of them. And helped YK CS Dojo, YK Sugi in Vancouver. We organized a small conference. There was a turnaround of around 80 people in 2023. And I was also the project manager for another conference. It didn't pan out. It was called the X Summit. So, at PM Hive, we had some small events, 40 people, 50 people, but we also organized 2 conferences. I was collaborating, although my co-founders did most of the work, and I'll give them the credit. They did phenomenally well, but I was still like seeing how things were, turning out for those conferences, which we had minimum 60 people turn out each single time.
wow.
So I still have some experience as an organizer, but I'm building and I'm learning more. And I organize 2 to 3 online events every single week as well. So, one of the main things, and now we are officially starting, we are talking about what to do during the conference. We kind of ended the space yesterday on that. Danny Thompson came in and he was sharing some of his insights where I said during the conference, I was taking pictures because I have a hard time remembering names, right?
Mhm.
During an off, especially this could also be applicable if you're in a meetup. You are bound to meet many people. And after a while, it gets very hard to track those names.
Mhm.
So, one of the things that I did during this conference is I had my phone. I was taking selfies with people, and
Mhm.
I was asking them like if I could post it later because I didn't want to miss out.
Yeah.
Um, so in my WhatsApp, because in WhatsApp you could send messages to yourself. I don't know if you were aware of that. In Telegram, you could send it to yourself, but it'll end up in your saved messages.
Mhm.
So what I did is I took pictures with people. I wrote down their names and quick notes about what who they were, and I even mentioned in the picture like where they were in the picture. Danny Thompson said something really smart. He said, you should have posted that right away
Hmm.
and tagged that person right away, immediately. You could have also DM them, direct message them the picture. This way, you already had the conversation going because you had that person in front of you.
Mm.
So if I was to go to a conference or an offline event, I would do that instantaneously because the person is there, you're already fresh on their mind. And if
Mhm.
you already tell them what that conversation was about, you're not doing that right away later. You're doing that live and you're taking action live. Remember,
Well, I have to
the
ask you a
first,
question though,
yes,
because you get busy, right? What if you meet a group of people? You can't, you're gonna miss out what's going on right there in the conversation. So how do you combat that? If I walk up to a group of people and I meet five of you guys, right, and we're having a great conversation, do I then step away to make these posts, right? How do I make sure I maximize the post? Am I just posting to post, or am I posting for engagement? So all of these things are going through my head as you're saying this. How should we approach that?
I would say strike a balance.
Mhm.
Strike a balance because the more you give, first off, you're not doing yourself only a favor, your brand, but you're doing the brand of the conference a favor. Because the more hype that is built around the conference, it'll help them with their engagement and the brand of the conference itself. If you are specifically trying to get the attention of the organizers, that'll also help if they see you are consistently, and they check. We
Mhm.
check. I know Danny checks. I know
Okay.
Braden checks and Dennis and all of them. They check. It makes them feel good because I know as an organizer, you put your heart and soul into it. And when you see people like live at the conference, it gives you like warm, fuzzy feelings that you made that experience happen. You make
Okay.
them feel good. And how to strike the balance, to answer your question about that, you don't have to do it while you're in front of them. If you end up meeting a group of other people, the moment you have time, and you have to find free time for yourself,
Mhm.
because at these conferences, you need time, especially if you're introverted. And that conference was specifically for developers. And I know developers aren't introverted, but I think developers, like introverted people, exist no matter what domain you're in. You need time to recharge. So while you're taking that time to snack, to find a snack to eat, take that time to strategically, and you need to be very strategic about your time at conferences.
Mhm.
Take that time to make those posts. A quick post. Hey, met with so and so, met at hashtag the conference, or, mention the conference.
There we go.
Here's the group, here they are, and like we talked or we vibed about this great conference and blah blah blah. It doesn't need to be an entire storybook, but
Okay.
you can also, to make it quicker for yourself, which is also something I would have done if I had to redo my experience, is I would send myself a voice note. Talked about
Okay.
this, talked about that. This is the collaboration we talked about. Because at these conferences, if you play your games or your cards right, you will make collaborations happen. Just at the last Commit Your Code,
Hmm.
Danny Thompson connected with Leon Noel. They were already friends from before, but the idea of a podcast called was born. It started out as a joke between both of them, but the programming podcast that's like doing very well on Spotify right now
Hmm.
started from the last Commit Your Code.
Okay.
And the idea of the book that Danny Thompson released, A Developer's Guide to AI, I believe is the title. That I spoke to one of the authors yesterday. I had a coffee chat with him. The idea of that book
Mhm.
also started from the last conference.
Okay.
So collaborations are bound to happen. You need
Yeah,
to come in.
they're bound to happen, but how do we, well, I guess you have to be intentional about why you're there, right? And just, I guess, have genuine conversation. Never mind. That's just a statement. It's not a question.
Be a
Okay.
good human.
Yeah.
Yes, you need to be. We talked about that yesterday and 2 weeks ago in the hunt. Danny
Mhm.
also mentioned it in his He made a 13-minute video, and he created this video to kind of help prepare people before the conference. We'll
Hmm.
share the link with you all so you know what I'm talking about. And I did a live stream about it too. Why? What's your why? Why are
Gotcha.
you going to that meetup? Why are you going to? People will ask you, and that is a great icebreaker
Okay.
as well. Why are you here? What are
Okay.
you hoping to get out of this? Who are you trying to connect with? Why are you, and for yourself, very honestly, why are you spending? The Commit Your Code conference was not expensive. It was very affordable and very accessible, I'll be honest with you.
Hmm.
But many other conferences, I heard people dish out thousands of dollars
Hmm.
just for the price of the ticket. Don't
Yeah.
get me started with the time you take off work, the time you take away from your family, the time you spend to travel, to go to all of these conferences. What's your ROI? What are you trying to get out of it? Make sure that is crystal clear, because when you find yourself chilling with the people that you know already, instead of meeting new people, go back to your why.
Yeah. Okay. One other thing I like to use at conferences is the electrical or the electronic business card, right? I use Popple. It does help with capturing leads. It gets people. I can put a note directly on their account once they sign up. I just tap their phone or I let them scan my QR code. But I have found that note taking wise, that allows me to remember exactly who they are. Typically, it connects with their social media, so I'll have their face and their picture and their social media profiles if I wanted to take a picture and tag them. So that's just another great idea. Popl, Popl, is what I've been using for years. It's only $7.99 a month. You can, if you're going to a conference, sign up for the free trial and then get rid of it. But also, if you're building an email list, if you're somebody who has a newsletter, that's just an easy way to get lead generation and get capture emails, right? So that's one suggestion I do have. Another thing I'm trying out, my business partner and I are going to the Atlanta HR conference this week. And what we're doing is we created a landing page specifically for this conference, right? For our business. So when people scan our code or when we share our business card, it takes them directly to this landing page and captures their email address so that they automatically go into our weekly newsletter and to our whole little kind of lead generation funnel that we've created on the back end specifically for this conference. So, that's me as a business owner. If you're going as a job seeker or somebody who's networking, something at Commit Your Code, if you're a developer, if you're going to have somebody scan a QR code or go to something of yours, make it amazing. Specify it, specify whatever they're going to go to whatever conference you're at. And that will kind of help you stand out even more. It doesn't have to be super elaborate, maybe an hour or two to create, right? But put your creative mind on, and that's how you stick out for people. That's how you remember. When you meet the speakers, when you're going to networking with the speakers, everybody wants to speak to the speakers. So this is one way you could possibly stand out. Help yourself stand out.
Exactly. That's some information you're providing to complement the space from yesterday.
Hmm.
Once again, we'll move on to what you can do during and post event,
Hmm.
because that all that information was already mentioned yesterday.
Oh,
So please.
sorry, it sure wasn't. You should make sure to go back
Oh,
and
no
replay.
problem. No problem. I appreciate you, because this part specifically, the
Hmm.
perspective from a business owner, was not mentioned yesterday. So thank you for adding that. The other thing that I am currently doing, is, and I should be doing, I'm planning to do, actually, to be very transparent, is find the people that you really connected with, and and I mean on a whole other level. Try to make it new connections. There are, if I can say, out of probably the 50 to 60 people that I made connections with, there's probably five or less that really stand out.
Okay.
Try to get those people and make like a little small micro community together, and keep tabs on each other, make and grow together, right? That's a really great way to keep that conference vibe and experience going,
Mhm.
because you already have a foundation and something that you already made a connection offline. Now, carrying that online again, because you met in person, that is already a strong foundation that you've built. So continue building that. The other thing I will say as well is those are people that you didn't know and now you met at the conference. But the ones you should also not forget and continue to nurture are the people that you knew of online and then you met them online. Oh my God. I can tell you some people that I met.
Uh-huh.
I met Francesco Chula, Jason Torres. I met Lawrence Lockhart, like people that I respect and look up to. Danny Thompson, Leon Noel. Like these are phenomenal people. I met Diana from Vonage.
Okay, well,
I
hold
met
on. Let me
Tina
stop.
Thompson. Like
How did you approach them when you saw them, though? What this is like what to do during the conference, right? So you've already did the pre stuff. You've networked with them for years. You know them, but how do you approach that? How do you approach somebody that you're meeting in real life off of
I,
the internet?
okay, well, let's just say that I felt like I knew them, but I also didn't know them. It's a really interesting yet you know someone, but you don't know someone. I
Yeah.
don't know how to explain it, but the click was instant.
Oh,
Like, oh my god! Like I can't describe it. It's a whole other feeling. It's like someone you, especially Danny, Leon, Jason, Lawrence. Like I look up to these people. And Francesco, I respect them tremendously. And when I met them in person, it was like I've known them, especially Lawrence and Jason and Lawrence and Jason. Like it felt like, and Francesco, it felt like I've known them for a long time.
okay.
So I can't put it in words, but those bonds, they are going to get much more strengthened in person.
Gotcha.
So continue continue nurturing those connections just as much as the first category we talked about. Don't forget, engage with their content,
What
connect
are
and see how they're doing.
Yeah.
Be a good human is all what it's all about, no matter what category it is.
Okay. And what are you using to document your experience, whether it be notes, phones? Like, do you have any suggestions? Oh, I'm so sorry. Got the hiccups now. You have any suggestions as to kind of what tools we should use, if there are any?
What works for you? For me,
Yeah.
I've been writing a lot and I still have articles to write about commit your code. I have posts to write about commit your code.
Mhm.
Since I returned from my trip, I've just been processing the entire experience. I still am because it was so wonderful.
Well,
Right,
how
find
long
what's
is
your
too long?
strength, huh?
How long is too long to wait till after the conference?
Well,
I know
that
I'm putting you
depends
on the
on.
spot.
I know you're picking on me. I still have people. I still check my feed on LinkedIn, and I still see people posting about the conference. To be honest with you, and that is entirely up to you and up to your goals. So if you're trying to catch the attention of the organizers, you can keep going longer.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. Or if you want to catch the attention of a speaker. See, one of the things I liked about this conference, and I know Danny spent time yesterday editing the live streams, everything, almost everything was live streamed. I'm just not sure if the keynotes were live streamed,
Okay,
but all the talks are live streamed.
okay.
And I know Danny edited most of it yesterday, where I think you can go and find like all the talks are probably chopped up by
Mhm.
now, most likely. But he said he edited the live streams yesterday in the Commit Your Code Discord channel. The link will be in the comments as well for anyone so you don't miss out. But you can provide feedback to the speakers. And I've spoken to several speakers who have asked for feedback directly on the Commit Your Code website. So if you are going to a conference, even if you're not able to attend, if it's live streamed, or if a speaker, sometimes someone else films it and posts it online and you want to get their attention, they need feedback. They really need feedback. Feedback fuels them, even if it's like you need to improve so and so. They need this because they are looking to improve their talks. And I spoke to so many speakers at that conference. The jitters, the nervousness, and even Lawrence said it. Like every time he goes and speaks, he is nervous, like there is no tomorrow. So that feedback, and there's preparation that is gone, and they rehearse their talks. And I was seeing at the conference, like some of the speakers were like, they're putting headphones on, like looking at their computer, and I think they were rehearsing their talk in their head.
Okay.
There's a lot of work that goes into it. So give them feedback. That's a great way to network with them. That's a great way to give attention, to get their attention, and you're helping them improve as well.
That's
What's your
great.
next question, Justin?
So I wanted to, sorry about this, guys. I wasn't looking at the comments. We have Sajith Kumar. Thank you very much for all of your interaction. He gave us some great things to ponder on. He says,
Oh, he's phenomenal. He's a
yeah,
good friend of mine.
yeah,
He's
be
from
strategic.
Toronto, and he's a he's a recruiter with 2 decades of experience. You should actually connect with him.
Awesome. I will definitely reach out. But he
Oh
says,
yeah, and a phenomenal community builder at that. I just have to give him his props. He puts a lot of work with his co-founder as well. So I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you do. Sorry,
yeah.
go ahead.
And no, guys, I was just sharing some of his tidbits of tips that he gave, which are amazing. All right, guys. So thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully, one day we can get you on the show with us
Oh, we will.
and
We
get your
will. Don't
ideas.
worry. I'll make it happen. Sajid Kumar, we
Uh huh.
will definitely have you and your co-founder on Feathered. You please give us the honor of coming. Sorry, just had to say that.
No worries. So let's. I know we're at we're at 30 minutes left. So let's talk about some things. And even yesterday in our spaces, guys, please go back and listen to them. They did give a lot of things you should do during the conference. I want to spend some time. What about after? What are some things you're doing after to maximize? Right. We talked about the why. So you have to know your goal and things like that. So Netta, the mastermind. What are some things that we should do, or what are some things you were doing after the conference? We know you said you're putting out some posts. Why are you putting out the posts? Like, right, where's the why and what's the goal and how we can.
My entire why is I want to get eyeballs on my LinkedIn profile, very selfishly.
Okay.
Why? Why would I sugarcoat that? I want people to notice me. And I think that's everyone's goal for going to a conference. They're going there to either get a job, to make connections, to get collaborations, to network, probably to make some new friends. But
Mhm.
ultimately, it's to get noticed. We each want to get noticed for XYZ reason. I know my reason. So, all the other community work that I do, people recognize me for that. And I made sure to give credit when it's due, like to you
Mhm.
and to Sean Charles, right? At the same time, I made sure to stand out. I'm not sure if anyone else wrote an article about Aaron Francis, who is the keynote speaker at day 2 of Commit Your Code.
Okay.
I will also feature that article. And after the space that I hosted with Sean Charles yesterday and The Hunt, I will be actually writing an update for
Okay.
that article as well. Stay tuned.
Perfect.
So that's what I'm doing to stand out. And I am maximizing my mentions in that article from Oprah Winfrey to you name it. So that's what I'm doing to stand out. I'm leveraging my strengths. During the conference, I
Hmm.
did a live stream. I did 2 live streams, one before,
Hmm.
one during. I think I did 2 live streams before I headed to the conference in the
Yep, you
morning.
did.
And I did a live stream, God bless Francesco Chula, during the conference as well. We did a live stream together.
Okay.
So
It's on our
my
YouTube
strength,
page, guys. Go back and watch it. It's on there. It's on our YouTube and probably on my LinkedIn. But check out our YouTube profile and you'll see all of her lives from the conference.
I need to consolidate all of that in a post somewhere and share it with everyone. But whatever your strength is, whether it's audio, whether it's writing, and writing isn't my strongest suit, but I use AI. So I'm being transparent about it.
Oh, no
But I
worries, because
still,
you don't link you use it, but you're still very much in your voice.
oh
Trust
yeah, very much in my voice. I prompt the hell out of that thing. So what is your strength? Use it to your advantage, right? So the other thing I wanted to say, like post conference, oh yeah, the other thing, I wish I had taken my notes out of my bag, but I took a lot of notes during the conference.
Okay.
In the evening, when I came home, I wish we would have mentioned that yesterday in the space. I took notes during the talks. And please don't let, because the fact I went to a conference that was intended for developers mostly, but there were talks on leadership, there were talks on AI, and because of the cloud summit on cloud. So I made some efforts to understand, but
Okay.
I didn't understand everything.
Okay.
So I took some notes about people that I want to build more relationships with. Unfortunately, I didn't have the time to connect with everyone because at Commit Your Code, there was 100+ speakers.
Oh wow.
Sometimes 6 talks
Wow.
were being held in 6 different rooms at the same time. Unless I clone myself, which I can't, I wasn't able to attend everything. So what I did before the conference, and then I'm just sharing some of the things that I did.
Hmm.
I went through the list. This is during my transit. I should have done this sooner, but they made the list of speakers available way from before.
Hmm.
But I was intentional about the ones that I wanted to attend or probably attend their talks. And I put a heart next to their names.
Okay.
Now, I still have that list, but the ones I wasn't able to attend, I still made some notes about them. I still think it's not too late. Some of them I attended 5 minutes in their talk because I really wanted to attend as many as I can. So some of them I attended 15 minutes and then I went to the other half of the other one, other speaker. But I
Hey.
made sure to say thank you. I made sure to follow them. Even now I'm still, for example, Kara. I was I wasn't there the entire time, but I gave her props. I'm following her. I'm engaging with her content, as much as I can, and I'm
And
making
listen,
sure she remembers.
people like that, right? Reach out, like Netta said, give feedback, right? Tell them that they did a great job. That's the easy way to get a response. If anything, they'll at least respond and say thank you. People
Yeah,
like to hear those things. They like feedback because they're people too, right? So I think that's a
yeah.
great tip you gave.
And honestly, like post conference, instead of, and I'm being very blunt, spending your time on Netflix or Amazon Prime or Disney Plus, take that time to watch the live streams. Take that time to learn something from the conference. It was live streamed. It was live streamed and it's available. And some conferences, they're not live streamed. They're filmed and they're going to be available later.
Yeah,
Even as a person, even if you were not able to attend in person, you're still able to, get the eyeballs of the speakers and the organizers on your profile.
yeah,
You're still able to. And that's why I'm saying for any conference, um, some people can't afford to pay thousands of dollars to attend your conference. Some people have families. Maybe
yeah,
their manager won't approve their time off. Maybe they can't get the visa to come to the respective country or where your event is hosted. There are variables outside of their control. They really want to be there. Make it
yeah.
available and accessible to them. You're doing your conference brand a huge favor, but you're also doing the community a big favor as well.
I never thought about it like that. Makes sense. Okay, okay. Let me see. Did you? We don't have to move on from that. Did you have anything else on that?
On um yes, what I am intending to do over the next, and I mean the next few weeks, is I'll be listening to 5 to 6 talks a week that I was supposed to listen to. And I have no idea for how long the website will be. I know the website from last year is still up, but
Mhm,
I don't know for how long I'll be able to. And maybe that's a question I need to ask the organizing team of Commit Your Code. But
mhm.
I don't know for how long the portion of the site where you can give the speakers feedback will be available.
Okay,
Uh, my intention is to watch those talks and to give feedback,
perfect.
especially the ones on AI, cloud, and software, AI, cloud, and leadership.
Okay.
The thing is that another advantage that I have is I volunteered. So
Ah,
two of the speakers, one of them came to our space yesterday. Marshall, I volunteered for his, like, I was volunteering to make sure it starts on time, ends on time, people leave the room for the next speaker, and so on and so forth. if you're able to volunteer for the conference, you have already a leg up. Like you already are, you have an advantage over other people because organizing a conference requires volunteers. Believe me at that.
And,
So try
and
to volunteer, and after the conference, leverage your volunteer status to build the relationships with the organizers, but also the speakers. Because you have already an advantage because you helped out. So that's something you could use to your advantage when you want to connect with the organizing team or the speakers as well.
with everything, be intentional about right where you're volunteering, as well as if you're not able to volunteer, because some bigger conferences they lock that down a lot earlier, right? But be be kind to the people that are volunteering. Be kind to the people that's handing out the lanyards, because a lot of times they have the inside knowledge that you don't. That you don't, right? Uh, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten into rooms just because I was nice to the person handing out the lanyards who said, "Hey, have you heard about this VIP networking event or this VIP luncheon that's going on? Let me give you the access that you need." So just be kind to people, talk to people, because you might run into a connector like Netta who's just volunteering and helping out.
Two interesting things happened to me while I was there.
Mhm.
I was nice to one of the speakers. I had never met him before. His name is Wayne. Super kind. I appreciate him so much. And he ended up adding me in a X group that was created for the speakers and the organizers of the conference. I was like, holy moly. Yeah. And that's that. The second thing I want to talk about the volunteering. Uh I saw like 2 days before the conference, because my decision to go to the conference, although I had bought the ticket, I was reluctant. Uh, I have my reasons, but legitimately, I was reluctant. Very transparently, I'm an Iranian citizen, but I'm also a Canadian citizen. So I was kind of a little bit scared about what would happen when I go to the US border. But everything worked out, thank God. But all I want to say is that um, 2 days before the conference or one day before the conference, Danny Thompson made a post about looking for volunteers. So sometimes conferences, even South by Southwest, they may look for volunteers for people to do things online. Maybe you can help with the social media. Maybe you can do content creation. Maybe you can be an ambassador online for them. So don't think that you need to absolutely be there in person to volunteer for a conference, because a conference, there's a lot of social media hype, marketing that goes behind it, and they need ambassadors. They need people to talk about it, build hype, and so on and so forth. That's where you can pitch in if you're not able to be there in person. And if you are able to go there in person, uh, try to find out if the organizers will need help. Even on day one, that I was not officially volunteering. I wasn't assigned to volunteer on day one, but on day one, I connected with one person who connected me to two other people. And with them, I went and I used that time to network and connect with them and build a bond. And we were just like unfolding the chairs for the lunch, and like, I mean, make the best use of your time. Help wherever you can. People will remember you for that.
And what about, so say for instance, for our listeners, if you're a listener who joins a lot of spaces, who is a part of a lot of online communities, and you're going to an event where a lot of people from your online community will be there, would you suggest kind of trying to schedule a meetup during that conference? Like I guess that's before, so that's kind of off topic. Never mind. But I guess could you even? I guess while you're there, say if you come across it, is it reasonable to try to schedule like a kind of meet and greet briefly at some
I
time?
I was thinking, because Unfeathered, our community is fairly small right now. We are still growing it. But for the hunt, if Sean was there, I would have definitely suggested to him, like, in the conference, let's do something small to like with everyone. But I mean, it takes two to tango for that. But I would have loved to do that if Sean was there for the hunt. I think that's a great idea. But I think that also for this conference in particular, they did so many efforts, day 0 and day 1. Uh, Day 2, I think people went ahead and I think they had built enough relationships to hang out together, but day 2, they had an event mostly for the speakers and the organizers after the conference. Um, so I think maybe post-conference, that would have been a great idea. Or, just a small gathering of, like, 45 minutes, 1 hour for the community members. I think that's a great idea. I think it is.
Again, these
Hopefully,
are
the
all,
next conference, maybe you and I could do that for Unfeathered.
I would
We'll
love to.
grow and we'll do that, or, we could partner up with Sean Charles if he's there. We'll see.
We can definitely make something happen. You're the connector. We can definitely make something happen at the
And so
next
are
one.
you, and so
Uh,
is Sean.
I'm trying to get to you guys' level, so I will take that. Let's see. Another piece of advice I'm looking at right now. I was going through our notes. Uh, Give before you get, of course. One thing it says is don't always try to sell. Don't always pitch, right? Have genuine conversations during the conference. It's always have your intro, your elevator pitch, but don't make the whole conversation about what somebody can do for you. All right. Don't make it the whole conversation about what you need and who you are professionally. Build some
Exactly.
rapport, learn, get to know the person, who they are, right? What they like to do, what their interests are. So don't always be selling when you're in these conferences is what the piece of advice I have for you guys there.
And don't go throwing your business card at everyone. Trust me. You're going to waste your money making those business cards, and people will throw that thing away.
That's why you need the
Le-
digital business card, people.
Well,
Popple.
not only that, be a good human. Like, people don't like to be sold to. Lead with who you are, add value for the person that you're talking to. Always be like adding a lot of value. That's how people will remember you by. But also, we talked about the why you're going to the conference, and I mentioned this yesterday. Refine your brand, please. Refine your LinkedIn, because I think that you've put all this effort for showing up there. Your banner, your LinkedIn, your headline will do the rest of the talking for you, because believe me, people will run into so many people in there. If you are memorable and you want to be memorable, it's by speaking confidently, showing up confidently, giving a confident handshake, following up promptly, mentioning the person, making the person feel good about that interaction they had with you. Being professional, dressing professional. It's just not about, it's a whole package that goes with it. And that's why Danny said, prepare. Prepare and be open. Because listen, I went to this conference and I left with people telling me, "Hey, you'd make a great person for developer relations, developer advocacy." I'm like, "What?" And I'm still processing that. That's why I've been a little bit late, because I've been like connecting with people. And if people tell you something, if you will, I had 10 to 11 people, and that's another thing I got from this conference. 10 to 11 people from 5 different companies. Half of them have never met me before or never interacted with me on X. Tell me, what you're doing on the hunt is already DevRel. Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you pursuing it? So I'm still reflecting on that. So people will tell you things. People will open your eyes post conference, and probably you're like me, like reflecting on the thoughts, reflecting on the things that they tell you. So that's why I'm saying I could probably turn off my camera and go get some of my notes to show you. But what I did specifically when I got to my hotel, super tired, I'll admit to that. Day 1 and on day 1 and day 0 is I took notes. I took notes, and while I was on the airplane coming back, I was taking notes about the people that I need to connect with even more and build those relationships even more with. You know what I mean? You need to have a strategy post conference. Who am I going to have a coffee chat with? Who am I going to have a potential collaboration with? What am I going to do to get there? And you can't build everything with everyone. As Justin said, you need to be selective, very selective. Time is of the essence. Time is your most precious commodity. And also, you don't want to burn yourself out too. There's that.
Okay. I'm just thoroughly impressed, Netta. I am thoroughly impressed with your aptitude of knowledge on this subject, and I hope you know how great you've done. You did last week. How many names, how many rooms your name has been spoken in when you weren't even there, which is a good thing in a good way, right? So, I we're coming up on 10 minutes left. I wanted to know if you had any last thoughts, any last key points of key information that we, myself included, need to know, especially as I'm going into this conference this coming week.
Yes, I was very intentional about my why prior to going to this conference. Actually, my intention to organize conferences, I've been talking about it for 2 years. So someone noticed in a space because I mentioned it. He asked me to help him organize a conference. This was the X Summit. It didn't pan out, but I gained experience from it. That's the thing. Sometimes opportunities that you want to get don't work out for you exactly as you hoped. But look at what you gain. You gained experience, you met people, and one of the people that I was organizing that conference with, we are working on collaborating on something else in the future. You need to be patient with your goals and yourself because not everything will happen right away. Sometimes your goals take months and years because you are not exactly where you need to be at that specific time. You need to keep an open mind and an open heart because that's how you can open your perspectives to new ideas, to new change, to new people. And I had that at that conference. I I mentioned it yesterday and I'll mention it today. I like, and that's your when you need to trust your gut. I was leaving the keynote speech from day 2, Aaron Francis's talk. There was someone that caught my eye. Instantaneously, I went and talked to him. Right away. Right away. I didn't even like hesitate. I went for it. And that's when you need to really work on yourself, attend spaces so you can be more confident in speaking to total strangers. Attend meetups so you can become more confident. So when you meet the likes of, I don't know, Danny Thompson or Lawrence Lockhart or whoever that you really look up to, you don't feel intimidated as much. Believe me, I felt intimidated for the first 3 seconds I talked to them, but they're phenomenal people. That intimidation went away very quickly.
People are
So,
probably intimidated talking to you too, Netta. You are Netta from the
really?
hunt, right? How many people
Really?
came up to you
I don't
saying
wanna
you
think that
Netta from
way.
the hunt?
Nah,
Right?
nah,
Come
nah,
on.
nah. I don't want
Yeah.
people to think that.
Come.
No, 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 trust me, trust me. But I just wanna say that gentleman that I didn't even know, like, the coincidences because day 1 of the keynote, I was just like, "I need my coffee." And get your coffee way ahead. If you drink 2 cups of coffee, make sure you have your 2 cups of coffee before that keynote speech because you don't wanna waste your time standing 40 minutes in line for a cup of coffee. That is another regret that I have. I missed most of Danny's keynote on day 1 because I needed coffee, my 2nd cup. So that's another take I want to say. If I had to redo that conference again, I would have my 2 cups of coffee, make sure I have them. So basically, that gentleman that I ended up connecting with, his name is Jerry. And I found out, uh, well, he's a director at a very big company. And I found out that he was a speaker later on. And upon checking his LinkedIn profile, 2 days ago because I was preparing for a coffee chat. I also realized he's the author, one of the authors of the book that Danny and someone else co-wrote together. You never know who is who at these conferences. And I ended up running into someone else, completely random. And I said, "You look like so and so speaker." He said, "I'm not him." And I found out he's an organizer of cloud conferences, DevOps. And then he ended up connecting me with two other people. And with those two gentlemen, as I was connecting with them, because they've organized their fair share of events, like they're organizers too of conferences and meetups, I also like was helping them unfold the chairs for the lunch on day one. So these are random moments that just happened, but I wanted them to happen. And I had no clue what was going to happen at that conference. So I just went in and I just was open to meeting new people and open to new opportunities because I wanted it. Don't be scared. Don't be
Don't be
scared for good
scared.
things to happen to you because they can if you wanted to. It's a perspective. And
Closed mouths don't
I
get
want,
fed.
yes. And one of the speakers at the Hunt said this so many months ago. She said, "A closed mouth is a closed destiny." So be vocal about what you want. Be vocal about where you're going and where you're heading. But you may run into someone pivotal in that conference or in that meetup that can change the direction of what you had planned. Be open to that because people will notice your greatness. People will notice your potential and they'll tell you. There you go. Be open to what they have to say. Be open to their suggestions. Not saying for you to potentially accept what they have to say, but be receptive to that. Because in tech, you need to be agile. You need to always skill up. Otherwise, you'll be left behind. That's one of the things I learned a lot from this conference. I knew it, but with all the AI talks that I attended and I heard about, you need this more than ever. And the other thing I will leave everyone with this. We are in the age of AI. You need, and it is not a like an optional anymore. You have to be able to get out of your comfort zone. You have to, and I'm saying have to in capital letters, be able to connect. You have to be able to speak. You have to leverage your soft skills. And if you don't, you will be left behind. You have to really work hard on that. That's something that I recognized at that conference. They did a phenomenal job to ensure the organizers that no one feels behind. They made sure that everyone can connect. And those that were in a corner by themselves, I was seeing Danny scan the room like a hawk. He did a great job at that. He made sure that to make an announcement once in a while to bring like for people to group together and to connect, and other people were helping each other out. I noticed some people in a corner looking, wanting to be a part of the discussion. I'm like, come on, join us, join us. Do that for someone at a conference. Because you have no idea. That person could be a VP. That person could be your next mentor. That person could be your next, I don't know, relationship partner. I have no idea. Be open to anything. But help someone else out.
I love it.
Because
Be human.
someone else may be struggling to communicate. Someone is trying to find themselves. Someone is going, maybe they had a heartbreak before the conference and like they're going through something. And just that smile and just that kindness that you extend to someone will bring them a long way and it will really improve their experience. So ultimately, be a good human being when you go to these places and these conferences and these events. Thank you.
Oh, well, Netta, thank you so much. I think I've learned a lot. I hope everybody out there watching learned as much as I did, if not more. Please go back and watch or listen to the spaces, recorded spaces from yesterday, unfeathered first, and then go over to listen to the next conversation Netta had, as she is the co-host of The Hunt as well. Netta, again, I just want to leave with that you are so amazing I will have to give you your flowers. You do such a great job of making sure everybody else gets theirs. Make sure you take the time to realize that you are the absolute best. You are the bomb.com. I'm trying to do everything, say everything I can without cursing. You are it. All right. And get used to accepting your flowers. Get used to get ready to being on stage at one of these conferences, right? And you're going to kill it. I know you're going to be a nervous wreck, but you're going to kill it. I'm claiming it in advance. But thank you so much for everything. I don't have any too many last words other than just giving my co-founder her flowers this week. Guys, I apologize. I had a really long night at as daddy shift with the baby. Have a new 4-month old, so forgive me if I was a little slumberish today or sluggish today, but I was
No,
just
you
being
weren't.
okay.
I
Well,
gotta give you your flowers for being so, like, you did phenomenal. I
thank you.
wasn't expecting this caliber of questions and being interviewed.
Oh, no
We
worries. Listen,
winged it.
I came with
Justin, we
question.
winged it. Come on.
I had questions for myself to be selfish, to be honest, because like I said, I'm going to a conference.
Ask. Do you have a
So
hard stop?
yeah,
If you do,
I do, but I know
okay.
I asked the questions, you answered, you delivered. So
Perfect. Perfect.
I'm
But if
excited.
you have, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
If anyone has questions
Mhm.
about commit your code or any, like, how to maximize your experience, let me know. I am actually going to, and these are my to do items after this live stream or today.
Mhm.
Number one, I will be writing an updated article on LinkedIn on my profile, on my highlight. There's currently an article I wrote about Aaron Francis's talk. If anyone is looking to level up in their career and finding ways to get noticed, he talks about the blueprint. Also, we did a live stream. I did a live stream. Justin was not there, unfortunately, but with Jared Liu. He is a phenomenal person. And he talked about this was done prior to the conference of Commit Your Code. But if you want someone that follows and walks the talk of everything Aaron Francis talked about, listen to that live stream. I will post a link for that. I will post the link of all the live streams I did during and before and after Commit Your Code, including this one. And I am very compelled to write an article about the space that we did yesterday and the live stream today. Really comprehensive, very detailed, and give credit where it's due to the people that gave the information. So that one will take a little bit more time, but everything else, I will have it done today. So stay tuned. And also, I just wanted to quickly extend this invite. If anyone is looking to gain experience as a designer,
Yes.
as website developer, like front end, and you want to design a website, you want to add to your portfolio, social media manager, content creation, moderator of events and spaces. We are looking for volunteers at Unfeathered. What you will get out of it is an in-kind sponsorship. What that means is we will provide you a LinkedIn recommendation. You have access to Justin. He's your career coach, so he can answer your questions around your job search and so on, your brand, so on and so forth. We will give you credit for all the work that you do. The work that you do will belong to you. We just ask for your permission to post it on our live streams. We are focusing on growing our YouTube as well as our LinkedIn. As well, if you can kindly give us a follow on our LinkedIn community, that will allow us to gain enough followers to start live streaming on LinkedIn as well. We will be giving you more transparency and more information about the direction we're going at Unfeathered, but we really need help at this point to grow and leverage our audience. One, you're going to gain experience as well, especially if you put that you're volunteering in a community. Justin, please jump in. I think hiring managers love it when people do work for, a good cause.
Well, not forget it. Well, just be a good human and do work for a good cause. But what it can help you, where it really benefits you, if you're a job seeker, just add to your portfolio. If you've been unemployed for a while, you can add this as something you're doing, right? If you're a content creator, add this to your portfolio. You can say you helped us grow from X amount of community members to Y amount of community members, right? So it is very helpful in your job search and just to build your brand and your portfolio. Right.
And many of you know me. I give props and flowers and credit when it's due. And I will make sure that people know who you are, and I will make sure, and we will make sure that you are acknowledged for the hard work that you are putting. So, this community is all about rising together. We need your help to rise this community and to expand its message, because we believe in this community and what it's doing. It has made an impact. But I think if we're not able to be noticed and people can't find us, that impact is not made as much as we would want it to. So, a community is not only two people, but a community is a group of people working together to make something bigger happen. And that's when we're extending, um, to you, our community, and we're asking for your help. So, if you are interested, um, Unfeathered has a LinkedIn group. I will post the links as well, including our Luma calendar everywhere. You can reach out to me on X. My DMs are open. My LinkedIn is open as well. Reach out, let me know. We'll book some time and we will get talking. And thank you for your time. Sorry if we went a little bit over, but I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart for everything. And we will be scheduling and letting you all know about next week's live stream and its topic as well. Stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you. We'll see you soon. All right. And thanks again, Netta. Talk to you guys soon.
Talk to you all very soon. Take care. Thank you for your time.